if elected as president, to ensure that transparency, which the Petroleum Revenue Management Act ensures, leads to better accountability and better development outcomes? Again, how will you ensure that we manage the volatility effect of all our primary commodities on the national budget? Currently, it seems we only...
Say that part again.
You see, we are a commodity-dependent country. You produce gold, bauxite, timber, including oil. All these commodities are subject to price volatility on the world market. Yes. And yet, we seem to be preoccupied with managing the volatility effect of only oil on the budget by setting up the stabilization fund. Yes. What would be your strategy for managing the volatility effect of all these commodities on our national budget?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have to accept defeat at some point in time. This is a very complex question. And for me to spend time giving you details as to how I would manage the volatility of these commodities within our national budget, then I think I'll be doing very well. And I don't also want to talk around in circles. So I think the point is well noted, and I'll engage you in further discussions on the point.
But there was the first part of the question. The first part to do with the
the first part of the question, I think that it answers itself. Is completely and totally reprehensible and unacceptable that the funds would be used.
Thank you. The final question is coming from an independent consultant with BSF Consulting, Mr. Vitus Azim.
Thank you. I actually came here with a question on your understanding of Chapter 24 of the Constitution with regards to the behavior of public officers, which the moderator, Mr. Bernard Kutuavile, snatched from me. So I'll go to an alternative question that I also brought. There are a number of parties that are considered to be small parties. Three of them consider themselves to be crewmates. And one would have thought that they would come together if they wanted to make any serious impact. So my question is there something beyond winning elections that these small parties seek to get? Can you and your party convince Ghanaians that you're a genuine political party seeking to win elections and that you will not allow yourselves to be misused by the bigger parties to the disadvantage of their opponents? Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I think in my first answer to a question in Bernard, I tried to make it clear that yes, we're trying to steer through stormy waters to try and follow a line that clearly demonstrates that we are independent and that we have our own views, we have our own policies, and we have our own way forward. But rest assured, nothing can be worse than continuing with the MPP and NDC. So you shouldn't even be looking in that direction. What have they offered you? So you've answered the question yourself. They offer nothing but vindictiveness, divisiveness, rancor, darkness. We offer light, hope, truth, justice, and opportunity.
Thank you very much. If that was an applause for his performance, we want to do it better. For the sake of time, we will not take any more questions. We will invite the flag bearer of the CPP to give us his closing summary statement, after which we'll take the closing remarks by the IEA. So you have the floor, sir.
Well, once again, I would like to thank all of you for being present here today, and to thank all Ghanaians, both at home watching and wherever they are, maybe listening. It's been a great pleasure for me to be here to present my party's perspectives on so many areas. I would like to thank the IEA once again for providing us with this opportunity. We are serious about what it is that we are doing, and we believe we have the prescriptions which demonstrate that we, through self-reliance on our own selves, and through plans that take advantage of our own natural resources, can take this nation to a place where Ghanaians know deep in their hearts it can be taken to. We have been disappointed for too long by the two larger parties who have taken us nowhere. It is almost as though they are running politics and parties for some groups of individuals abroad and are just here to collect monies in between and then come and hand it out at election time for them to be re-elected to satisfy themselves, their families, and their party faithful. The Convention People's Party does not represent that kind of politics. It represents a new kind of politics which will achieve hope and progress for the ordinary Ghanaian. We thank IEA for giving us the opportunity to express our policies and programs today for all Ghanaians to hear. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And to close us, we want to call up again the Executive Director of IEA, Mrs. Jean Mensah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Greenstreet. I think you've left us with a lot of food for thought. Your presentation has been very insightful, very well researched, and I believe that it's left Ghanaians educated and has equipped us with information to enable us to make an informed choice on election day. We'd like to assure all of you that the transcripts of Mr. Greenstreet will be available on our website and other social media outlets. We'll also put out his videos and everything else concerning this encounter. I think it's been a very worthwhile exercise this evening and a good 2 hours spent here. We'd like to thank you and to thank all the participants for coming. We would also like to inform you that this encounter would be televised on Metro TV at 9 p.m. this evening, and I believe it would also be televised on Sunday afternoon on Metro. It was live on Joy, City FM, and Multi TV. We'd like to thank you, and we'll send invitations to the next encounter. Thank you so much.
All right. Since you are in such a joyous mood, maybe you want to do your CPP anthem when we close. But the refreshment is at the Prince Hall. Refreshment is at the Prince Hall. So the CPP, you want to lead us in your anthem?
All right.
Okay.
There is victory for us in the name of great CPP. There is victory for us. Forward, never, backwards, never. In the name of great CPP, there is victory. Forward, never, never.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.